MeteoMark Weather Show. Let's take a look at some viewer sent-in photos here before we take a look at winter storms. Got Derek Rentschler from Lebanon County, Pennsylvania. Take a look at some of these photos here. This is the Susquehanna River Valley, Susquehanna River actually, near Harrisburg, Pennsylvania on January 30th, 2014. Ice on the river. He has about 14 pictures of it. Took about 1 hour to get from Lebanon County to Harrisburg to see this river. Take a look at these photos here. This really is the story up and down the Susquehanna River. I know I live near pretty much along the Susquehanna River here in the southern tier of upstate New York. And as you can see, this pretty much is the rule of the Susquehanna River. You have pretty much ice covered, and this is going to become a major problem once the thaw occurs, probably sometime middle to latter portion of next week with that next system. We'll probably get some warm air, just a little bit of enough warm air and train to get some of that problematic precipitation and also some of that snowfall. Now he has some very good photos here. If we scroll through these, a number of good photos highlighting the Susquehanna River at Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. Take a look at some of these. It really almost looks like you can walk across it, although that's not advisable because the water is moving pretty much underneath it. And it looks like he crossed a bridge at some point here and was able to capture some photos here as well. You can see there is also a high water mark there listed, June 24th, 1972, high water mark 33.27 feet. So very interesting. Thank you, Derek Rentschler, for sending those in. Susquehanna River has made it quite a influence on my life with respect to the 2011 flood, and caused quite a bit of damage in my personal life. And this river is not a river to mess around with. Any of its tributaries that flow into it often end up getting backed up, and ice jams are not a fun thing to deal with, so heed those ice jam warnings or advisories when they're issued. So let's take a look at some other photos here. Thank you, Derek, for sending those in. Got some very nice photos here from Lucas D. from Linden, Texas. On the flip side of things, we've got some very tranquil shots here, some nice blue sky. You can see pretty much the foliage off the trees. This is the dead of winter for Linden for this time of year. And as you can see, as we scroll through these photos, the only things with, there we go. We got a good portion of the area covered with nice blue skies here, and some very nice sunsets across the region. So very nice. You even got some fungus growing here off some of the trees, and that's indicative of some moisture. And this time of year, moisture does get entrained into that region. But we end it with some three very nice sunsets here, and I'll step off the screen to show you. 3 Lindens, pretty much nice sunsets here. Very nice, to say the least. So thank you, Lucas, for sending a piece of nature from Linden, Texas. Let's get right into that all-important forecast. We're looking at an extremely busy next week here. We're going to look at the weekend quickly here because this is the first precursor of the storm here. Take a look here in the east. This is the setup here into Saturday, late Saturday. Got that jet stream pushing up to the northeast. Got throwing much heavy snow here from Kansas all the way up through Ontario, Canada. And it's the Chicago area over towards just north of Kansas City area over towards Toronto, Detroit. Those are the areas that could see that 5 to 8 inch snowfall amounts, mainly north of Toledo. Toledo could see on the order of 4 to 5 inches out of this system. Let's take a look at those snowfall totals, shall we? If we take a look at snowfall totals, you can see a lion's share of the snowfall totals here on the southern Great Lakes side here, and portions of Chicago over to Detroit and heading up towards the southern Ontario province towards London and just over the Toronto area north of Lake Ontario. That's where we'll see those 6 to 8 inch snowfall amounts. Let's take a look at next week. Many of you have sent in a lot of questions about next week's system. Now, to say the least, next week's system will pack a punch. Let's take a look at the particulars later Tuesday into early Wednesday. This system really gets going on the east side of a jet stream, a big trough here in the east. But the problem is the low pressure system wants to ride up the Appalachians, the main low. It'll start to initiate some secondary development, but this will mainly be basically a low pressure system that moves up the Appalachians, the spine, and drags in some warm air. So that's going to implement some mixed precipitation on the east and northeast side of this low pressure system. And as you can see, the areas highlighted in that pink zone, that fuchsia colors here, will be the mixture across interior New York, Pennsylvania, heading out down towards the Poconos, Catskills, and extending down towards the Appalachian Mountains. Now, if we take a look at that, you see on the back side of the system, that's where the heavy snow will be. Places like northern Ohio, Indiana, Michigan, extending into those areas, southern Ontario up towards southern Quebec, northern upstate New York could get on the act of some of this heavy snowfall totals. Now, it's interesting because the Euro is further south and heavier in the snowfall totals across the Northeast, whereas the GFS is further northwest and then bringing warm air into the picture of the mid-Atlantic and portions of the Northeast. It's way too early to get into total snowfall amounts with this system, but let's take a look at what the impacts could be with snowfall totals. We stretch those snowfall totals pretty much into the lower Great Lakes here. High impact for portions just east of Chicago area, portions of Detroit, heading up towards Toledo, Cleveland, Buffalo, over towards portions of northern upstate New York, the North Country as they call it. These areas could see that significant snowfall totals, and that's what we're looking at. Moderate to lighter snowfall totals here, further south and east of the low here, where we get that more of a mixed precipitation, sleet and freezing rain over to rain in many areas east of the Appalachians, heading on into portions of southern New England. As I said, it's too early to get into exact snowfall totals, but these models have been trending a little bit further to the west as of late. So I will continue to monitor that here at MeteoMark. Don't forget to like me on Facebook at MeteoMark, subscribe to me on YouTube at MeteoMark.com. Here's a 5-day outlook for my hometown viewers in the Susquehanna region of New York, Susquehanna region of Northeast Pennsylvania, from Scranton to Binghamton to Elmira. Look at this. We extend our scope here into the weekend and into portions of next week. Most of the precipitation will be Saturday night, mostly in the form of rain. We pretty much mid-40s extending into the weekend, and then we start the week kind of chilly over portions of the area, and then Tuesday night into Wednesday morning it gets interesting with sleet, freezing rain, over to possible rain and snow mixture. It's going to be interesting, probably a couple inches, at least 2 to 4 inches of snow with some sleet pellets mixed in with some rain. It's going to be a messy mixture. That's going to do it here at MeteoMark.